Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to the anime review. Today we're looking at episode 9 of Juni Taisen, which I will say was my favorite episode of this show so far. Like, guys and girls, everything on this week's episode was on point. Animation, CGI, which I will talk more about in a couple minutes, the story, the narrative, the characters, everything just worked out perfectly. I love this week's episode. It was probably the strongest of the show in my mind so far. So, we get to know more about Tiger, and that was very interesting. That Tiger had a very interesting backstory, to say the least. When she first was a normal student, we saw that she wasn't really much different from any other girl. You know, she had a lot of energy to her, etc. Probably the only thing abnormal about her was that she went to a dojo and was like probably one of the strongest ones there, to the point that she actually participated in this 100-man tournament type thing, and she actually was able to win that, and thus was chained the top student, able to obtain the, I think it's Ayahara, I think style, I want to say, maybe something slightly different, but it was still a style that she got because she proved herself to be capable of using it. Now, skip ahead, she ended up joining the military at one point because of her strength and skills, and we see that she starts seeing true aspects of the world and the kind of wars that are going on, to the point that it kind of disgusts her. It makes her go into this kind of depression from seeing all these innocent lives being lost. And what's interesting is she doesn't fight with guns or anything. She fights with her fists. Like, everyone that she attacked was always with her fist and legs and everything else. I thought that was kind of crazy, but she survived on the battlefield, and she got all these awards because of how great she was, how much she helped her teams out, how she survived all these horrible incidents. But as time went by, her style and everything else started changing because her outlook on life started becoming very bleak. You know, she started seeing the world as kind of a bad place for humans, and just in general, humans being so destructive and so cruel and so, I want to say, just evil in her mind, to the point that she started drinking a lot and became almost a wild animal. And then she flat out did become a wild animal in many ways. That's kind of why you see her the way she is now. You know, she would go around and run anywhere. She started losing the ability to know when dates are. She started losing the ability to even do simple math. She was able to do multiplication, but as you said, she couldn't do division anymore. She started forgetting who her allies were, so she started fighting by herself, and the list goes on. Her whole sense of style became a single warrior, and it caused her a lot of grief, you know, as a person. Like, she would still get awards, she would still be praised by all these people, but she became a beast by every definition, and she was even thrown out of her school because of the fact that, you know, they saw, this is her dojo school, by the way, she was seen as just now a loose cannon and not worthy of having the name of the dojo anymore associated her. Now, skip ahead to the actual war, and, you know, you now understand why she fights the way she does and why she even acts the way she does. You know, as she says, drinking and blood became her strengths in many ways. It became what kind of blocked out everything else in the world that she hated and she was so distraught about. But I loved how quickly Dragon was killed off this week's episode. Like, legit, how she just was, I think it was Rabbit threw himself at Dragon in the sky by using Monkey, by launching that forward. That whole thing was freaking nuts. I love that scene. But I also love the fact that, you know, they had this fight between Ox. You had the two brothers, Dragon and Snake, who are now basically working together under Rabbit's necromancy skills. And, you know, they were able to take him down without too much of an issue. But I want to say what stole the show for me, besides the fights there, because the fights were amazing, the CGI looked really cool, actually. And I was surprised, because at first I thought the CGI looked a little weak from far away, but when the motion started getting into play and when the action started taking place, CGI was incredible, to say the least. I really loved it. But what I really thought was really cool was how fast the fight was between Rabbit, Ox, and Tiger, because they had a three-way fight. And just as they introduced each other, they went at each other, and that's it. Rabbit was dead. Rabbit was torn apart by both Ox and Tiger, leaving only Ox and Tiger left to fight. Now, here's what I think is very interesting, and these are my theories about things here, and I could be 100% wrong, but we'll find out next week. Rabbit is technically dead, but his power was that he was a necromancer, right? Why is it that I feel like you see his eyes at the very end, they're blood red. They're almost like when he, you know, we know this already, he has the power to do that, but I feel like he's still connected to Monkey at the very least. So I feel like he's going to use Monkey to either save himself or to just fight back. So I don't feel like this is so much over. I don't feel like this is a three-way fight still. I feel like there's still parts of this we don't see, because we see that, you know, Tiger and Ox are about to do battle with each other, but Rat's still around in the background somewhere, and then possibly Rabbit, and if that's the case, also Monkey's still alive somehow too. I don't know. I could be 100% wrong, but we'll see. what did you guys think about this week's episode? You had to be hyped up. I hope you guys liked it as much as I did. Please leave in the comments below. Tell me what you thought about this week's episode. As always, I will talk to you guys later. I have Food Wars episode 8, I believe. I might be wrong. It might be episode 9, but I'm not sure off my top of my head. But I have that to watch. I still have to watch that, so don't expect that review out till probably, I want to say, maybe 3:30, 3:40, around that. I'm almost halfway through as of recording this, but still got to go with it. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great, brilliant day, everyone. God bless you all. Bye, everyone.